Alright, so here's the deal. Every chef needs to have a pancake recipe that they can rely on when it's time for breakfast. So why not make this your go-to recipe? Thick, fluffy, and buttery pancakes that'll satisfy those flapjack cravings every time. Not only are these delicious, but all the ingredients are probably already in your fridge or pantry. This recipe is going to have everything you want in the perfect pancake. Lots of butter, tall, thick, and a fluffy, soft interior. So let's get started. Imagine it's Sunday morning and you've been requested by the fam to make thick home-style pancakes from scratch. Don't look at the time. I said imagine it. Stop. The first thing we're going to do is drop in 50 grams of unsalted butter into a pan to melt that down on a low heat. We want to melt that butter all the way down so we can mix it into our wet ingredients later. As soon as it's melted, turn off the heat and set that aside to cool down. No scrambled eggs, please. One of the keys to fluffy and soft pancakes is to minimize the gluten development in the batter, which occurs when flour comes in contact with water. So we're starting out with 2 bowls to separately mix our wet and dry ingredients before we combine them together. Starting with our dry ingredient bowl, we're adding 200 grams of all-purpose flour, 50 grams of granulated sugar for a balanced but not overwhelming sweetness, 4 grams of salt for a little contrast, and finally, 10 grams of baking powder and 2 grams of baking soda. The baking powder is going to provide tons of rise for the ultimate tall and fluffy pancake, while the baking soda is going to help us achieve a better browning on our pancakes. Give that a mix with your whisk or fork so that all the ingredients are properly combined. Pro tip, if you're unsure if your baking powder is still good, get a cup of water and add a teaspoon of baking powder into it. If it doesn't fizzle like this, then your baking powder is likely expired and it's not going to help you achieve fluffy pancakes. The only factors that give these pancakes their signature rise is the baking powder and baking soda, so make sure they're active before you start making pancakes. Moving on to our wet ingredient bowl, we're going to start by adding 200 grams of whole milk, followed by 100 grams of whole eggs, which is about 2 large eggs. Next, add in all your melted butter from earlier, and finally 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Another pro tip, if you're tired of buying buttermilk, using it for one recipe and then never using the rest until it expires, instead of buttermilk, the combination of milk and apple cider vinegar gives you the similar tang and flavor that buttermilk does, so no more spoiled buttermilk. Optionally, but highly recommended if you aren't adding anything else like blueberries or chocolate chips to your pancakes, add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into your wet ingredients for an extra boost of flavor. If you haven't already done so, mix your wet ingredients so that those eggs are fully incorporated and beaten into the rest of the liquids. Afterwards, it's finally time to combine our wet and dry ingredients together. When it comes to mixing pancake batter from scratch, the less we mix, the better. Sounds difficult, but I promise you the batter will come together easily with some gentle folding and cutting. So continue to work your way around the bowl, folding until you don't see any dry flour left. Also, lumps are totally okay. In fact, it's a good visual sign that your pancake batter isn't overmixed. For reference, this is what my pancake batter looks like after 30 seconds of mixing. You can already tell just by how thick this batter is that our pancakes are going to be nice and tall without any molds holding it up. And there you go, our pancake batter is ready for the griddle. Speaking of griddles, today I'm using this electric one. If you've got a household full of hungry guests, there's no better way to get pancakes out faster than with a large flat griddle. As far as temperature is concerned, we want our griddle to be on a medium or even maybe a medium low. It should take about 3 to 4 minutes per side for these thick old pancakes, so we don't want them to burn on the outside before the inside has had enough time to bubble up and rise. Once the griddle is preheated, add in some more unsalted butter to ensure nothing sticks during the cooking process. And why not? Because everything is better with butter, right? Once the butter starts to foam, drop in your pancake batter one at a time. Take a mental note of how thin these pancakes look now while they're still raw and notice the difference at the end. These cakes are going to rise up and double in thickness in just a few minutes. Hey, just wanted to pause and say thanks for watching the video. It really means a lot to me. If you're enjoying the video so far and want to support further, give this video a like or even subscribe for more cooking videos. Thanks in advance. Alright, so judging by these bubbles, our pancakes are just about ready to flip. And once they're flipped over, they'll need another 3 minutes on this side so we have even coloring. And again, we don't want to touch our pancakes so they maximize their heights. And whatever you do, do not press down on them. Now that these pancakes are almost done cooking, you can see how much they've risen. With the help of the baking powder and baking soda, we're guaranteed to get some tall and fluffy pancakes. If you're unsure whether or not the pancakes are ready, gently press the center of the pancakes with your hand and check how the pancakes react. If they leave an indentation and don't spring back, that means there's still raw batter in the middle. But if they got a spring back like this, then you're good to serve. Usually, I'm a 2 pancake kind of guy, but just for you guys, I'm going to make a nice tall stack of pancakes. Look at how much these pancakes have risen since they hit the griddle. Pretty much double in volume. If you're looking for tall and soft pancakes, then this is the pancake recipe for you. And on the inside, a light and airy crumb. You can see all the little air pockets that are formed from the baking powder and baking soda. In my opinion, Pancakes are twice as good when served with whipped butter and lots of it. If you want to do this yourself the next time you serve pancakes, waffles, or French toast, then just add room temperature butter and a splash of milk to a bowl or a stand mixer and whisk on high. Once the butter has absorbed the milk and feels fluffy to the touch, you're done. Easy peasy. Now, back to the pancakes. Here's my attempt at a quenelle of butter to go along with all those carbs. And maybe most importantly, we can't forget about that maple syrup drizzle. Yeah, let's just savor this moment for a second. And there you go, thick and fluffy pancakes, many times better than what your store-bought pancake mix can do. Just look at how tall each of these pancakes are, and the amount of butter we have in these bad boys, they're going to be soft and fluffy on the inside, guaranteed. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed and picked up a thing or two on how to make the best thick and fluffy pancakes. If you do end up making this recipe for yourself, let me know down in the comments how it went for you. If you have your own tips and tricks for tall, fluffy pancakes, put them in the comments down below to share with the others. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat these pancakes for dinner, so until my next video, I will see you all next time.